Welcome to tutorial 3.3 part 1 on formula weights. Formula weights are pretty straightforward. Formula weight is just the weight of all the atoms that make up a substance in a given formula. You can probably think of it as the weight of all the atoms in a molecule, we say in a given formula, because some of the formulas don't represent actual molecules but ionic compounds. So let's look at a simple example. What's the formula weight for H2O? And we look, we say, well, it's made up of two hydrogens. I can figure out what they weigh, and then I'll add the weight of the oxygen. So let's do that nice and formally. There's two hydrogens. They weigh 2 times, this is the relative mass that we figured out with mass spectrometer data. They weigh 1 on a relative scale, so 2 times 1 is just equal to 2. And what does the oxygen weigh? First of all, there's just one of them, and they weigh on that same scale 16. So we just add up the 2 and the 16 together, and we get 18, and that's all there's to it. Let's look at one more with an ionic compound. This time the question is, what's the formula weight of aluminum hydroxide? And if there's anything tricky about this, just be careful with these parentheses and note that there are 3 of everything in the parentheses. That means 3 oxygens and 3 hydrogens. So the same thing as before. There's one aluminum. It weighs 27 on a relative scale. There are 3 oxygens because that 3 is for the oxygen and the hydrogen. So 3 16s are 48, and then the 3 hydrogens weighing 1 apiece is another 3. We add them all up, and we get the total mass of 78. That's all there's to it for finding the formula weights of substances. What I want to do now is jump over to the website and just kind of look at the way it's presented there. In case it looks a little bit different to you or throws you in any way. So here's the question. Let's just look at this particular one. What is the formula weight of nickel sulfate? And what would you do? You'd add up the weight of 2 nickels. You'd look over here and say, all right, nickel weighs 58.69. I have to multiply that by 2. How many sulfurs do I have? Well, the brackets here show 3 of the sulfates. That means 3 sulfurs. You'd add another 3 times 32.06 because that's the mass of sulfur. And then the oxygens is there 4 oxygens per sulfate group with 3 sulfates, so that's 12 oxygens. 12 times 16, and you'd add that all up and place your answer in the box. Don't worry too much about rounding. Try to go to one number after the decimal, but I'm pretty lenient in the way it's graded in terms of rounding. All right, that's all there is to this. Very straightforward. We'll practice in class, but I doubt that you'll need much. It should be a straightforward thing for you. Thanks. Bye.